In the heart of a quiet town, the Thompson family moved into an old Victorian house that had stood for centuries. The moment they stepped through the creaking front door, they felt an eerie presence, as if the walls themselves were watching. As the days turned to nights, the family began to hear faint whispers echoing through the house. Soft at first, like a gentle breeze, the whispers seemed to emanate from the very walls that surrounded them. The Thompsons, attributing it to the age of the house, tried to dismiss the unsettling sounds. One night, however, the whispers grew louder and more distinct. Mr. Thompson, unable to ignore them any longer, pressed his ear against the ancient wallpaper. The voices were hushed, conspiratorial, as if sharing long-held secrets. Unable to discern the words, he called the rest of the family. Together, they strained to listen, their breaths caught in anticipation. The whispers seemed to form sentences, recounting tales of tragedy and despair, of lives lost and forgotten. Mrs. Thompson, a skeptic by nature, was determined to uncover the source of the mysterious voices. Armed with a flashlight and a sense of unease, she ventured into the dimly lit corridors of the house. The whispers guided her, leading her to a hidden door behind an old, dusty bookshelf. As she opened the door, a rush of cold air greeted her, and the whispers intensified. The passage led to a small, forgotten room adorned with faded wallpaper and dusty furniture. In the center of the room stood an antique mirror, its surface reflecting an unsettling scene. The room itself, but frozen in a time long past. The whispers grew more urgent, revealing a tragic tale of a family torn apart by betrayal and tragedy. The mirror seemed to capture the residual echoes of the past, and the family's sorrow lingered in the air like a haunting melody. Mrs. Thompson, unnerved but determined, touched the mirror's surface. In an instant, the room seemed to come alive with ghostly apparitions, reenacting the heart-wrenching events of the past. She watched in horror as the family in the mirror suffered a fate sealed by deceit and despair. With a chilling realization, Mrs. Thompson understood that the walls themselves bore witness to the family's tragedy, and the echoes of their sorrow were trapped within the very foundation of the house. The whispers were the desperate cries of those long gone, pleading for acknowledgement and release. The Thompson family, overwhelmed by the supernatural revelation, decided to leave the haunted house behind. As they stepped out into the cool night, the whispers faded into the distance, leaving the old Victorian house in an eerie silence. The walls, now void of their unseen guests, stood in solemn witness to the family's departure. The whispers were gone, but the tales of sorrow and betrayal would forever linger in the walls, a haunting reminder that some secrets were meant to be heard, even if they could never be fully understood.